Hi everybody and welcome to my second vlog, which this week is aimed at clients and businesses. We're obviously in weird and surreal times. We will come out of this, and I think we need to all remember that. The first tip I'm going to give is a fairly obvious one, and I'm sure you're probably already doing it, but you need to be looking at controlling your costs now. Don't leave it until it's too late. Have those conversations with your accountant. Have those conversations with your bank manager. Communicate, communicate, communicate. That's to your suppliers, to your clients, and also to your staff. Tell them what you're doing. Renegotiate credit terms if you need to. Spread your payment terms. Speak to your clients. Do you know what's owed to them and how they're working at the moment? Do the same with your suppliers. Remember, you're going to need them when we come out of this. However, I would urge you to try and think about the impact of any headcount reduction that you make now on the business and the longevity and success of the business when we come back. You need to think now about whom is going to be vital in that path back to recovery and success. I'm sure many of you will be utilising the government scheme to furlough some, if not all, of your staff, and that's great, and that help is there. It's stressful being a business owner at the moment. I know that, and I don't have any staff, thankfully. I've got very low overheads, so I will come out of this. I've worked through many recessions, and I've seen a lot of things. I've not quite seen this before, but we've got to try and stay resilient and positive. I'm happy to speak to any of you, whether you're a client or not a client, that has had to furlough staff or who has unfortunately had to lay staff off. If you want me to chat to them about the market as it is now, what they can be doing to get themselves job ready for when it picks back up, please just get in contact with me at helen@aspirejobs.co.uk. You need to be as transparent as you can with your teams. They're intelligent people. You hired them for a reason. You spent a lot of time and money getting them on board, training them, onboarding them, and developing them. You don't want them to be kept like mushrooms in the dark and out of the loop. You know, they will understand that we're in unprecedented times and that some of the decisions you make aren't decisions that you normally want to make. They're not decisions that you like making. It's not nice to have those conversations with people to lay them off. I've been there, I've done it. It's not nice and it's very, very stressful. But if you don't speak to them and be honest with them, then they're not going to respect you moving forward. Pick up the phone and speak to them rather than emailing. You need to keep them engaged, talk figures if you can, talk them through where you're at, what the recovery plans are, and just try and keep them engaged as possible. You need to engage with them now more than you've ever done before. Remember, how you and your organisation behave in this current situation will determine kind of how people think about you in the future and will live long in their minds. The business community, you know, it'll have long-lasting effects on that business community, and people will look at you and go, you know what, you treated your staff right, you treated your suppliers right. Okay, you couldn't pay them all at once, but you spoke to them. You didn't keep them in the dark when they're chasing you for money. We're all in this together, and we're all in the same boat. Flexibility is the key, I guess. Those that are flexible will survive. Were you perhaps resistant to having staff work from home before all of this? I know we've been through the whole candidate shortage market prior to this, and work-life balance is very, very important for a lot of employees. And a lot of employers were saying to me, I can't offer working from home. Well, now many of you are in a situation where you haven't had a lot of choice and you've had to trust your teams and you've had to rush to get them to work from home, and that's great. And for some of you, that will be short term, but for some of you, and maybe for all of you, you know, when we come out of this, we will come out of it. When we come out of it, our businesses will look very different. How people look at work will be very different for a number of years. And if you can offer them a degree of flexibility that carries on past this working from home that's been enforced, then that can only be for the good of your business. There's got to be a positive from all of this. Can you use this time to upskill your workforce? There are plenty of free online training courses that you could put them through. It will help you with your business when you come back, but it'll also help them keep their mind and brain busy and feel that you're doing something to actually keep them engaged. I work with a very good friend of mine, Paula Thompson, who runs her own stress counselling and health and wellbeing in the workplace across Dorset. Her business is called Stress Right and her website is stressright.co.uk. She's absolutely brilliant. She's happy to speak to business owners and directors, obviously confidentially. But if you wanted to get staff that are perhaps suffering mentally through all of this and for them to speak to her, obviously she does charge, but feel free to get in touch with me at helen@aspirejobs.co.uk and I will put you in touch with her. Take a step back, reset, and build the foundations now for when we come out of this. Remember, the current situation isn't going to last forever. Although at the moment I know it's a bit of a kind of how long is a piece of string, but it's all about conversations, collaborations, and not confrontation. Use now to prepare for the new normal. And like I say, if you want to chat to me about your plans when you come back or just chat, let's engage, just pick up the phone. Many of you have my phone number, it's on my website, or email me at helen@aspirejobs.co.uk. Thank you very much and stay positive.